Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this, and welcome back to Tekkit. Hope you're enjoying your bank holiday Monday, or at least I hope you're enjoying a bank holiday Monday, as that's the day this is supposed to be released, or hopefully will be released. But I've had problems with uploading videos, which is why I had to, or had a week without any. I was working away, and apparently the hotel, who will remain nameless for now, because I don't know if it's actually true or not, that I was staying in, seems to have found a way of monitoring internet traffic such that if you are caught uploading large quantities of data, it cuts you off. So I'm assuming it's an anti-torrenting situation, but when you're trying to upload 500-600 meg video files onto YouTube's, it causes you problems. So that pissed me off for a week. But I've managed to get everything sorted out now at home, and so you should be able to enjoy the videos. I've made, because I wasn't able to upload videos, and I don't want to make videos too far ahead in advance, I made a few modifications, a few changes, a few tweaks around my base. So in my turbine, you can see now I've doubled up the gold block rings. Now the reason I've done this is because it is a more efficient way of drawing power. So the turbine is now only spinning at 901 RPM, but it's still generating 1600 RF, so it's generating more power for less actual energy. So I've got most of my control rods turned off, and my reactor is now running extremely efficiently because it's got a cool casing and core heat. It's producing plenty of steam, more than we should need, so I could probably even turn down more of the control rods, but we are generating more power than we currently need. Now, last time I checked, this was full. Yeah, it's still full. So we're actually maxed out all of our resonant energy cells. So we have our 300 million, billion, zillion, whatever it is, RF ready and stored. Now we are going to need more RF, and if I double this, if I put this up to 1800 RPM, my RF per tick just goes ballistic. It's nearly 3,500 or something, or nearly 4,000 RF per tick, which is crazy. I dread to think what it's going to do and eventually have enough resources to switch these to Enderium and extend it a bit further and add a few more blades and all sorts of other cool stuff. What else have I tweaked? I've organised this a bit better. So I now have two fluid transposers, one's for redstone and one's for ender, and I have the interfaces with all of the patterns and things that I need for now to sort that out. I've expanded a few things around here, so I've automated the pulverizer and I've automated the furnace a little bit, so I can start making a few more things from my ME system if I need to. But the main focus for this episode is obviously to continue from where we left off, which was having blown up these singularities. We have these quantum entangled singularities, and now we need to use them to make a field ring, because I want to get my ME network shared with the moon, so that when I'm operating and working on the moon, I can not have to worry about all of the resources not being to hand, because I want to get the moon base a bit more effectively set up. I want, a sealed environment where I can work in with oxygen. I need to get oxygen systems and everything set up, and it's just more frustrating if I don't have my system with me. So we're going to need to craft a few things. The first thing we're going to need to craft is an energy cell. Now let's see if I've got enough resources for this. I do. So an energy cell, the only reason I need this is it's part of the link chamber. No, it's not. It's part of the entangled. So actually we're going to need to make a lot of these. Okay, so because we're going to need to make a lot of these, let's just quickly grab the recipe. And we will make it into a template so that we can automate it. And we'll see what we have left. So there's not much space on there. We'll just put it on the second page then, shall we? So that's cool. So we should be able to make some of those. So what were they called? Energy cells. So we need 7 more of these. And then we will see what's missing. So fluix crystals are missing. Okay, that's not a problem. So what is the official recipe for a fluix crystal? That's not a problem at all. We should be happily able to automate this as well in code. Okay, so put that in here, and that should finish me off with those. So we now should be able to find the remaining energy cells, which we're short. Why are we short of that? Why won't you make another one? Or how have you made 3? Oh, I've not somehow put the... I don't know what happened there. It's gone all weird. There we go. So we've now got 8 of them. So we've got 8 of them. We need to make the ring, but again, we want to make the recipe into... I'll put the recipe into our system. Oh, I forgot about these. I was in the deep dark, dossing about looking for some things, and I found a chest with some ender lily seeds in it. So they're going to be fun. I'm not quite sure what exactly I'm supposed to do with those, but they grow ender pearls. So that's going to be an interesting thing to play with and see what we can get going. Now they're not very efficient at making ender pearls, but they make ender pearls nonetheless. Not 8, just 1. Okay. The reason we're going to automate this is because I'm going to want to make more than one of these probably in the long term. So we should have all of the little bits for the field ring. So we need 8 of these. So it should make 8 of those without too much of a problem. Yep. And then we need 1 of these link chambers. Now these flux pearls are a bit more expensive. Luckily we've got 1 to make the template for, because again my system can make all of these components individually. Oops, it's clever enough now to make Fluix dust. We've got ample ender pearls available, so we should be able to chuck this in here, and we should then be able to convince it to make one of those. Not that one, my system, doesn't it? So nope, it's called a pearl. I knew that. So if we get it to make one of those, it's good. So it makes everything that it needs. The actual link chamber is quartz glass and ender pearls. That's not a problem. Oh, sorry, Fluix pearls. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Encode. Sorted. Okay. Okay. So we've got a field ring and we've got the chamber. So let's build the 2 of these that we're going to need. Just make sure the system can handle it. Okay. And then we need another 8 of the field rings. Obviously, because we need to have 1 chamber at each end of this connection. 5, come on, 6, come on. There we go, nice and efficient. Okay. So we need to set this up somewhere logical. Have I got power cables with me? I have. Okay. So we're going to have to find a better home for this in the long run. It's not a massive problem to put it almost anywhere that I want, because it doesn't matter at this end, because this is the end that connects to the network. So it doesn't matter too much, other than the fact it might draw a lot more power than this energy cell can handle if I put it over here. So if I build it over here at first, now it's a 3 by 3 structure, which is going to irritate me aesthetically. That's annoying. Have I got 3 by 3 in the middle here? Nope. Everything is even. I've done everything evenly, and it's now going to irritate me. Okay. So I'll hide it down there in the corridor? No. Okay. We'll just put it on the end, and I'll move it and work out all the aesthetics later on. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and oops, 6, 7, 8 of these in a ring, just like that. Then we put the link chamber in the middle, and it becomes a multi-block. And it needs 2 connections. It needs power, and it's going to need a lot of power, because it doesn't draw its power from the ME network like other ME devices do. It draws its power from the actual power, so it needs an additional power source. And we need to connect it to the ME network, and then hopefully it should show up on the control as the link chamber. There it is. So field rings and then the link chamber. So what we now need to build, or get the system to build, is a crafting terminal, just so we can obviously connect it very easily and efficiently for us when we get to the other end. Okay. We then need to take one of our entangled singularities and put it in here. So that creates a link. I believe this is online because it's blue. So let's now just check that I've got enough oxygen. Nope, one of my tanks is missing. That's alright, because I'm pretty sure that means I've put it in here to get some oxygen for me. And we can put that into here to tide me over. And if we go to the moon, we are, or you will see, we have the reactor, as I promised we would, sitting on the moon. And if we then are, where are we going to put this? So I've got 17 of these, so let's put it down here. Okay. So hopefully, if we just put it like so, it should, why has that not connected? Oh, just a bit irritating. Oh, because I put it down the wrong order, did I? I didn't like the fact I put it down first, second, first. So it's got enough power, it says it's got enough power to do what it's supposed to do. So if we put this into here, it should make the connection, which then should allow me to put down a crafting terminal, like here for example, and then access all of my network. So I can now pull out anything I need from the network, and most importantly, I can also build things. So let's say I needed a piston. Let's say I need 10 pistons. I can now build 10 pistons remotely. So it gives me full access to my crafting CPU, full access to all my ME devices, full access to absolutely everything. So I can set up, interesting, I can set up import and export and all sorts of cool stuff here on the moon in order to get me going. So let's just have a look if this is draining down. So it's still increasing in power. Is the control rod configured at all? Is it on full power? So the control rod's running at full power. So the reactor is currently still just powering up because it's very new and very limited use. How much waste have I got so far? None. That's good. So excellent. That was an extremely efficient build. Oops. So I can then absolutely do whatever I want here on the moon. I could hopefully even set up the return as well. So if I build stuff on the moon, or I get machines that are building systems and all sorts of stuff, I can then put the resources that I collect into the system as well as pull them from it. So that is phenomenal. Don't need another nether yet. I've not been on the moon long enough to start seeing any of the meteors land, which is quite annoying. Because I want some of the meteoric iron, so I can build the cool little galacticraft, like doors and machines and things. We might need to put an energy cell on the moon to start storing power, because we want to make sure that this stays active. I also need to connect auto inputs and outputs into the reactor, because I want to make sure the reactor obviously stays powered. So yeah, that was a pretty effective and efficient episode, producing the quantum entangled link chambers between the moon and my base, so that I can now gain full and unstoppably awesome access to all of my resources. So my moon base is going to be a background project, so I'm going to continue to build, finish roofing, etc. When it's ready to be sealed and when it's all sorted out, that's when obviously I come back here again. But for now, we have a few things I want to be doing down on my Minecraft world base, Earth base, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you continue to enjoy the series, and I will see you again shortly for the next episode. Bye for now, guys.